what's up? It's Gabriella Martay here at Helps Too. I'm going to talk to you about rejection today and why you should not be afraid of it any longer. And if it's something that you are just terrified about, stay tuned because we're going to talk about it. Okay, so I was in the state of Washington the other day, actually a few months ago, let's be honest, and I was driving down the street listening to a podcast, and the podcast was by Pat Flynn, who I highly adore. If you don't know him, check him out, okay? Link in description. Pat Flynn, he was talking to one of the developers at Facebook, who is no longer a developer anymore, but this guy was talking all about rejection and how he has become a great friend of rejection. At first, when I heard this, I was like, who would ever want to be rejection's friend? Or who would want to be acquainted with rejection? Clearly not me at that time. But I listened on because I was really curious, and I was blown away by the fact that rejection is not only a negative force in our lives at times, it is an even bigger force when it comes to growing and really carving your path and becoming a better person, creative, business owner. It really does help in that arena. And let me tell you why. When you are rejected, which a lot of people don't know, of course you feel these different feelings sometimes of negativity or whatever, but the more you get rejected, the less pain, negativity, and whatever else comes with it that's negative, you dwell in. You kind of get past it. Quicker. It's kind of like doing a workout. You know, the first time you do your workout, you want to lay down and die afterwards because you feel like you have a massive hangover. I have been there. And then you do that 10-mile workout 5 months down the road, you're chilling. You're ready to go out to lunch and go shopping afterwards. It doesn't affect you as much as it used to, but it is helping you grow. One thing people don't know about rejection is that it absolutely empowers you to, number one, be free and creating and moving forward, and to be exactly who you are. Let me give you an example. This one time I had a crush on one of my friends who I had been friends with for a very long time, and I developed this crush. I had to tell him, but I was absolutely paralyzed by the fear of rejection. So the fear of rejection was killing me because I didn't want to be rejected. Those feelings of pain and anger and bitterness that comes with rejection, absolutely not. I did not want to go there. But I also had this inclination that kept coming back to me after I'd had this crush for a very long time, that I was paralyzed because I was not speaking up about this and not dealing with rejection. I was paralyzed. I was not moving forward in my life. Certain areas were stopping me. I was not growing. And so I was like, enough is enough. I have to tell this guy that I like him. So I did. And now we're married. Whoop! Just kidding. We're not married at all. He rejected me and he said, hey, I only see you like a sister. Touche, everyone's allowed to have their opinion, can't be mad. But I was a little mad, M-A-D, mad. And so after that moment of rejection, I felt exactly what I thought I would feel. Mad, a little let down, a lot let down. Bitter, a little bitter. But one thing I felt that I did not know I would ever feel, I felt so empowered. And that moment of me feeling empowered overshadowed every single one of those negative feelings. And just for that, I do not regret that moment at all. Sure, I was rejected, but it freed my soul. It freed my bandwidth to think about other things, to move forward. And I felt so empowered to just be who I am and to not give 1 2 cents or care about what someone else had to say about me. I was who I was in that moment, and I am who I am in this moment. And I just have to move on with that. People are going to love it or hate it. It gives you this courage to just be who you are called to be in that moment. So I want to encourage you, how can you exercise rejection? Now that I know rejection is not just a negative thing, it is a positive thing that can empower you, help you grow, help you have foresight and knowledge about who you are and what you're doing. I actually kind of practice it in my everyday life. I ask for things that I wouldn't normally ask for, you know, like a refill at a place that I'm eating, or I ask for someone to move their car when I want the spot. Just kidding, I don't do that. That's a little too far. But, you know, I ask for things. I go out and I apply for things. I do things. I pursue projects that I would never really pursue because I'm a little bit scared of that fear of rejection. I conquer it by just throwing myself in there and saying, hey, if I get rejected, Sure, but the more I get rejected, I'm realizing it's not as strong as a turnoff and a paralyzer. In fact, the true paralyzer is the fear of rejection. So if I'm actually moving forward despite it, I'm not paralyzed. I'm free and I'm growing. And so how can you exercise rejection in your creative life, in your business life, and whatever you're doing? Because I want you guys, and this is our desire at Helps Too. We want to see you thrive. So how can you do that? You're going to hear a lot about this in our new book that we're putting out at Helps Too called We Don't Need Another Marketing Book. We have done marketing for a long time and we love marketing. We think it's wonderful. And we want to help creatives like yourself and business owners market what they're doing, reach people, and change the world and your communities. We want to do that. But at the same time, I look back 10 years ago and there's things that I wish somebody would have told me that I wasn't told. I had to learn on my own. So myself and Grace Robinson here at Helps Too, we are writing a book right now called We Don't Need Another Marketing Book. And there's a whole chapter all about rejection and the power and benefits to overcoming it. So make sure you sign up, subscribe down below, click that link, because we want to make sure that you are in the loop when the book comes out. So if you want to be notified when it comes out, make sure you subscribe and sign up with the link in the description box.